In this video, we are going to discuss about Norma occipitalis. So, as the name you can see, Norma occipitalis is present in the back side of your skull, that is on the posterior side of your skull. Okay, so the main bone here is occipital bone. Okay, so this Norma occipitalis, if you see, it is convex upwards, and also on each side. So on each side it is convex and also on upper side it is convex, and it is flattened below. Okay, I will show the diagram now. So for example, let us draw the Norma occipitalis. So the main bone here you have is the occipital bone, and this is a sagittal suture. These are the two parietal bones. So this is the occipital bone, and also on the side here you will be having a mastoid bone like this. Okay, so this will be this is how your occipital bone looks. Okay, so this is the Norma occipitalis side. So if you see, it is convex upwards and also on each side, but on the lower side it is like flattened. Okay, now coming to the bone scene, the posterior parts of parietal bones are seen above, and the upper part of squamous part of occipital bone is seen below, and you can see the mastoid part of temporal bone on each side. Now coming to the sutures, of course you have your lambdoid suture, which is between the occipital bone and two parietal bones, and you have the occipitomastoid suture. This one is occipitomastoid suture because it is between the occipital bone and mastoid bone, right? And you have a parietomastoid suture, which is between the parietal bone and mastoid bone. So parietomastoid, so let me write it. This is parietomastoid suture, this is occipitomastoid suture. Okay, so I'm writing a small words. Next, coming to our posterior part of sagittal suture. So even the posterior part of sagittal suture, so if you see here, this is the posterior part of sagittal suture. So this all you can see in the Norma occipitalis region. So now coming to other features, like this point is called as lambda. So what is lambda? It is a meeting point of the sagittal suture with the two lambdoid sutures, right? And next, coming to external occipital protuberance. So this point, this is called as external occipital protuberance. Okay, external occipital protuberance, and it is a median prominence. You can see it is in the lower part of Norma occipitalis, and it marks a junction of head and neck. So it is a junction between the head and neck, and it is the most prominent. There is having a most prominent point on it, that is called as inion. So most prominent is inion. And next, coming to superior nuchal lines. You can see here clearly these are called as superior nuchal lines. So the superior nuchal lines are curved bony ridges. They are laterally passing from the protuberance, and they are marking also the junction of head and neck. Below this, it is all about neck part. Till here only there is a head part. Okay. And next, coming to the highest nuchal lines. So sometimes there will be, that's why I am drawing a dotted line. Sometimes only they are present, not every time. So this dotted line here represents the highest nuchal lines. So what is highest nuchal lines? They are not always present, only sometimes present. This highest nuchal lines are also curved bony ridges. They are above the superior nuchal lines. Okay, they are above the superior nuchal lines, and so there is some bony muscle attachment here. Okay, I'll discuss about that. Next, coming to the occipital point. Occipital point is a median point just above inion. I said the most prominent point is called inion. So just above inion you have a point, and that is called as occipital point. And this occipital point is the farthest point from our glabella. So it is a farthest point from glabella. What is glabella? I will show in a Norma frontalis view. Okay, so it is a farthest point from glabella, that is a occipital point which is just above the inion. What is inion? It is a most prominent part of external occipital protuberance, right? So above the inion you will find the farthest point from the glabella, that is the occipital point. Now let us discuss about mastoid foramen. So this is called as mastoid foramen. Of course, on two sides you'll have it. So mastoid foramen, why it is present, it will transmit the emissary vein and also meningeal branch of occipital artery. So two structures, emissary vein, meningeal branch of occipital artery are passing through it. Next, coming to Inca bone. Sometimes here there is Inca bone. So what is Inca? It is interparietal. So in between two parietal bones, Inca bone it is present. It is located at apex of squamous part of occipital. You know this is squamous part of occipital. So at the apex you have a Inca bone. Okay. And actually this is failing, it is representing the membranous part and it is failing to connect with the occipital bone. So now let's see the attachments. So what are the attachments? So the upper part of external occipital protuberance give origin to trapezius muscle. Okay, here upper part of external occipital trapezius, and the lower part gives attachment to ligamentum nuchae. So trapezius, ligamentum nuchae. Medial 1/3 of superior nuchal line attaches or gives origin to trapezius, whereas the lateral part give insertion to sternocleidomastoid. So remember, lateral part insertion, medial part origin to trapezius, here insertion to sternocleidomastoid. Okay. And below there is insertion of splenius capitis. So below also insertion of splenius capitis muscle. So we know this dotted line, I said this is the highest nuchal line. So this highest nuchal line also give attachment to epicranium aponeurosis. Epicranium aponeurosis is also called Galea aponeurotica, right? So it will be getting attached medially. Medially there is attachment of Galea aponeurotica, and laterally there is origin of occipital belly of occipitofrontalis muscle. Laterally, okay. So laterally you have origin of occipitofrontalis muscle. In the case of absence of this highest nuchal lines, then this both muscles will go and attach to the superior nuchal line itself. Okay, so this is all about occipitalis, norma occipitalis. So let's end this by seeing real diagram. So you can see here clearly this is the occipitalis, norma occipitalis view. Here you have two lambdoid sutures, here you have sagittal suture, here you have the lambda point, here you have external occipital protuberance, superior nuchal lines, highest point of nuchal lines, prominence in yon, above that you have occipital point, here you have mastoid, here you have mastoid foramen. Okay, so everything we discuss. So this is muscle attachment, frontal belly, occipital belly of epicranial aponeurosis, also called Galea aponeurotica. It will attach on highest nuchal line, medial point, whereas on lateral point there is origin of origin of occipitalis belly, right? Occipitalis belly is origin on the medial side, this one. So by this we are completed.